Hello lovely English learners, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake. The COVID-19 pandemic seemed to change the way that we work in lots of different aspects. Some people learning that they can work from home, other people not having to do their commute every day sort of thing. So I thought it'd be a good idea to talk to people about freelancing. Let's go and chat to people in London and see what their thoughts are on what a freelancer is. Let's go.
What is a freelancer?
A freelancer is someone who works for themselves rather than working for a company. I am self-employed in working with dogs, so it's slightly different in that I have my own business. A freelancer is someone who contracts out to companies. It's quite hard to explain.
Yeah.
Freelancer is someone that specializes in a skill that works for various individuals or organizations.
Freelancer is someone who works for other people, get hired by other people, I think. I'm not too sure. Does things for themselves, I guess, works for themselves.
Can you tell me what a freelancer is?
A freelancer is someone who works in a particular trade, like a photographer or a journalist, but they don't work for anyone in particular. They work for themselves and work for many different companies, so basically they're self-employed.
What's a freelancer?
Freelance?
Yeah, freelancer. Correct,
Yeah.
a cameraman who has no other
Work
job,
when they want.
works for himself.
Yeah.
Does work
freedom.
for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Freedom. Well done, Joel.
The freedom of working for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, can you tell me what a freelancer is?
Somebody that works for themselves independently and freelances out to other people, I suppose, selling their stuff. Yeah?
Yeah.
As in freelance photographer? Yeah?
I'd say a freelancer, it's someone who works independently, kind of like on a consulting basis, I guess, and they have like a skill to offer, in and of themselves, and they don't need to rely on other people for their good money.
It's someone who, they work for themselves, but they, they're self-employed. So if they have a particular skill, then they go around and, I don't have a definition of a freelancer in my head, I'm sorry.
A freelancer, I don't even know if I know. Someone who kind of works for themselves, I guess, and I'm not even sure if I know how to answer that, honestly.
Freelancer is someone who does a work, a profession for many companies, not just for one.
I guess a freelancer is someone who is self-employed, I guess. They hire themselves, get people to hire them, do their work. I don't know, that's a hard question actually. I don't know how to easily define a freelancer, but they just work for themselves, I guess. I guess I define a freelancer as someone who kind of works for themselves and goes around and kind of finds projects to work on, I guess, and gets paid for their time rather than by a company, or by a company but not the company they're specifically working for.
Yeah, well, it's for example, I'm a music producer, so I guess I'll do commission. So I'll ask people if they want something produced, and then they'll come to me, and then I charge them a certain amount, and then I make them a beat, and then that's how I earn money. So yeah, I guess a freelancer is kind of like that. You work for yourself. So for example, a hairdresser might be a freelancer. So they put an online business out, and then people can contact them individually. So then the money goes straight to them. So it's not like you're working for a boss. It's like you're just working for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much more to it than that, I suppose.
And are you happy being a freelancer, or would you rather be employed?
I love being self-employed. I used to work in an office. Now that I work walking dogs, I have my own time and I can decide my own schedule and my own prices, and that works for me.
Great. So you would definitely recommend it to other people?
I would definitely recommend it. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work at first, but I think in the long run it pays off well.
Are you one?
No.
Do you think it's a good idea in this day and age to be a freelancer, or would it be too unstable for you?
And then there are opportunities for freelancers. Depends on the career and your specialism.
Do you think it's a good idea to be self-employed?
I think there are pros and cons. I think certainly the pandemic has shown that maybe it is good to work for an employer who can then look after you if they're a decent employer. A friend of mine was a freelancer throughout the pandemic and his workload really dried up. But then there were people that thrived throughout the pandemic when they were self-employed. So I think that there are pros and cons. You need to be very motivated.
So self-employed?
Yes, self-employed, I would say.
Are you self-employed?
No, I'm a student right now. Yes.
Do you think it's a good idea to be a freelancer?
I think if it's what you want to do, then why not? Go for what you like in life.
Are you a freelancer yourself?
No.
Why not?
I should be really. I could contract to do my job and earn more money, but I don't.
Do you think it's unsecure to be a freelancer?
Probably, yeah. The fear of not having money. So, yeah.
Okay, are you one?
No, I am not.
Do you think it's a good idea to be one, or is it too insecure and unstable?
No, a freelancer gives a person the choice and the ability to do their craft, whatever it may be, and it's up to them to sell that craft to whomever may have an interest. So it benefits them to be a freelancer.
Yeah. Are you a freelancer?
I'm not a freelancer. I think I would like to be a freelancer though.
Why?
You're not going by anyone else's schedule. I think that's a massive up for being a freelancer, and I would like to have something that only I offered that people would want to hire me for.
So like being self-employed.
Yeah,
basically.
in my mind, but that's how I would define it. But
It is, yeah, totally. Is this what you want to be in the future?
Probably not. No. I haven't really thought too much about freelance work, so I'm not too sure. But maybe.
What do you study?
I study biology in school. Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to become a doctor hopefully one day. So not much freelance, but I guess you work for yourself.
Could be a traveling doctor.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and next question. Can happily work for free. We won't give him any money. We might buy him a drink though, because he's a good lad.
Give money because they've been a nice person.
No, not giving him cigarettes.
No, you give them
No,
money
Joel,
because they've been a good person.
Is this stag? Freelancer. Next one. Working for yourself. Next question.
So you're basically self-employed, something like
Yeah.
that. And can you recommend being a freelancer?
Yeah, sure. Like, I think definitely it's hard work trying to like work everything out, because obviously you've got so much more factors to work out yourself. But I think it's definitely worth it if you're someone who wants like creative and independent freedom. Then it's really good. Yeah.
And do you think it's a good idea to be a freelancer?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
You have to do your own taxes. I guess that's quite hard. But you get to do what you want really. Like try the projects that you want to do.
Is this something you would consider for yourself?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's not. I'm not in a career at the moment, so I wouldn't choose it. But maybe if it was an option.
So do you think it's a good idea to be a freelancer or not?
That's tricky. Yes and no. I think it can grant you a lot of freedom, but at the same time, I think there's security with being with a specific company. But it's up to you. If you have like a lifestyle where you want to travel and explore, then definitely being freelance would help you there. But I guess it just depends what you do. If you're a photographer, maybe it's better to be freelance than tied with a specific organization. But I guess if you're like an accountant, maybe it's better to just be with one company.